fighting for? Why can't people help people? That's the question.
Oh my God, it's people helping people!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on episode 7 of chapter 2 of People Helping People. Welcome in. Welcome in. Man, am I excited for tonight's show. You know, we've been having so much fun with what we've been doing, and everybody that's been joining our community live in the chats, asking us questions, leaving us good feedback. You know, if there's something that goes wrong during the show, because we're live, you guys let us know. You guys, you know, if you can't hear somebody or something's happening with the cameras, I mean, we've been through it all, but I just want to give you guys some thanks for showing up day after day. And as we continue to build, continue to grow, I'm just so grateful. So this one's for you guys. Thank you for joining us. Man, it feels good. It feels good. And for those of you that are joining us for the first time, we just finished chapter 1 of People Helping People. We did 30 live shows in 30 days. We had 17 guests on the show. And I think that the whole purpose of doing something like that and trying a new lane, trying a new endeavor, is just to show people that it's okay to be imperfect. And being that this is live, oh man, has it been imperfect. But that's what's been perfect about the whole situation. Putting these things on the forefront, allowing people to see me fail and learn something new in the public eye. So if you guys have something in your life that you want to try, something that that you're passionate about, that you love, go give it a go. It's okay. You're gonna fail. You're gonna learn lessons. And that's what it's all about. So I am just sitting here with gratitude. I'm just sitting here with, you know, so much love from you guys and so much love for you guys. And I'm just eternally grateful. And yeah, we are rocking and rolling in chapter 2. Chapter 2, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we are live at 8 p.m. And we might play with those times. As of right now, that's what's working. We're enjoying it. We have people coming back to sit down with us every single episode. They're saying hello in the chat. They're being a part of the community, and it's been something special. So we're going to continue to run with our 8 p.m. showtime. But I've noticed through the analytics, we're getting a little bit more detailed now. Noticing through the analytics that most of my audience is online around 4 to 6 o'clock. So we may play with that in the future, but for now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, be here. We're just trying to give you the most amount of value that we possibly can with the people that we sit down with today. And, you know, this show is no different. This show is no different. We have an incredible guest for you, and I am so excited to welcome him to the stage. But before we do so, we have some sponsors of the show, so let's get to it. Tonight's show is sponsored by Mike Silkowski. He's your local partner in getting your message in front of the right people. Mike specializes in helping businesses right here in Southern Tucson reach their ideal customers through TV and streaming services. He's not just sponsoring this chapter 2 of People Helping People. He's building partnerships, and he doesn't succeed unless you do. So if you're ready to grow your business with someone who's invested in your success, call Mike directly at 515-305-5311. Again, that's 515-305-5311. And thank you, Mike, for being a sponsor of the show. We are a proud representative of everything that you embody and embrace. You know, I sat down and talked with Mike for a good while, and at the end of it, he's like, I want to be involved. I want to be involved with People Helping People. How can I help? And, you know, he is the guy. So if you own a business and you want your business either with some radio stations or some TV time, he'll find the right demographic for you. And again, if you're not winning, he doesn't win. So he's going to be advocating for you, fighting for you. So Mike, thank you so much for being a sponsor of the show. I would also like to shout out T-Town Boxing here in Tucson, Arizona. It's not just a gym. They are a community. And and Jake Wilson over there at T-Town Boxing, he is not only my coach, but he is just an incredible guy who's looking to make a difference. And he is doing just that. So T-Town Boxing here in Tucson, Arizona, if you want to try some fitness, that's the place to go. They do personal training. They do boxing itself. They do kickboxing, everything down the line. And Jake is just an incredible dude. So if you go down there, you can actually watch the old podcast. We had Jake on the show. So get to know the guy, get to know the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jake Wilson. So thank you, Jake, for being a sponsor of the show. We appreciate you. And last but not least, let's talk about carsfortucson.org. And I say this all the time because I mean it. They're out here doing God's work. Carsfortucson.org is here to help people that have been financially stricken. If somebody is in financial crisis, carsfortucson.org is here to help them with car repairs. And their goal is to give away vehicles as well. So if you'd like to donate to an incredible cause, carsfortucson.org is the place to go. So shout out to those guys. Thank you. And last but not least, chapter 2 of People Helping People is called The Give Back. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to give back. Myself as a type 1 diabetic, I wanted to do something for the diabetic community. And I had somebody on in chapter 1. Her name is Amanda Cardenas. And she is incredible. She's an advocate for everything type 1 diabetes. She calls them type 1 diabadasses. And she told me about this camp that changed her life. 24 years ago, she went for the first year. It's called Camp AZDA, A-Z-D-A. And it is for kids with type 1 diabetes. So they can go to this camp and not feel alone in the world. It's a very, very lonely disease. Nobody understands. So to be able to be a child and be surrounded by other kids with type 1 diabetes, the camp counselors are type 1 diabetics. The emergency staff are type 1 diabetics. So 80% of the people that are working there are all diabetics. And she says that that's why she became such an advocate for type 1 diabetes. So if you want to get involved in helping kids go to Camp AZDA, in the description below, there is a link. You can donate. I'm not asking anybody to, but if it calls to you, you can donate to Camp AZDA. And our goal by the end of chapter 2 is to at least send one kid to Camp AZDA. So excited about that. So huge shout out to Amanda Cardenas. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I am trying to bring you guys the best guests that I can. And I am so excited to have this next guest on the show for so many reasons. And I'm just really excited to have this conversation out of general curiosity. He is a man that has not only a ton of music for us to listen to, so we get to open up his catalog and all become fans of his music because he sent me some and it is tasty. But he recently put together a documentary that has been released on Amazon Prime, and we're going to dive into the weeds on how this came about and where it's going to go after this and what the plans are. And I am just so honored to have our friend David Bird, a.k.a. D-Bird, on the show tonight. Welcome in, D-Bird.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm honored to have you here, brother.
It's a hell of an intro. Yeah, I'm jazzed up. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, tell me, man. I mean, for the people that don't know, go ahead and give yourself a little introduction.
Yeah, so I'm D-Bird.
Yeah.
I'm one of the co-founders of White Collar Rhymes, online community that likes to give back, support artists, We do music reviews twice a week. Collaborations and beats are always just being thrown around in our community. So check us out on Discord. White Collar Rhymes is the Discord. And outside of that, I also do music. So, been making music for 20 years, just kind of in a basement with two, inputs and a microphone. So a little
Nice.
bit about me.
I love it, man. I love it. And it's really crazy because I know from personal experience making music for the last 20 years, the lonely road that it can be. And you talk about white collar rhymes and how you guys are not only doing like music reviews, but like, ripping beats or making my own beats is so freaking time consuming. So I need to jump onto white collar rhymes and start hitting some people up and get some beats flowing, get the creative juices going. Yeah.
Water's warm, brother. Come on in.
I love it. I love it. Well, bro, take me back to the inception of white collar rhymes. Like, how did that even come about?
Yeah, so I'd have to go back a little further than even that to like 2001, 2002, just the early internet rap forum days. A bunch of us, as teenagers, dating myself here, were, just submitting music to then get brutally roasted online. And, we just kind of formed this community of people that made music together. And, fast forward to, I think, 2022, Cody Nash, who I knew through kind of the internet and making music, did a $500 song tournament, which then brought all of these crusty, dusty MCs from across the universe, all together in one spot to vie for that $500. I made it to the semifinals, didn't win, so I wish I could tell you that story.
Yeah.
But once that was over, we're like looking around like, well, what now? And we just kind of started continuing to do music together. And that eventually grew into the community it is today, White Collar Rhymes.
Wow. That's amazing, man. And so you guys were really on the forefront of people collaborating via the internet. I mean, those days that really wasn't a thing. And for you guys to have that foresight and come together through that. And I kind of want to dive into the evolution because you and I both have a mutual friend, Cody Nash. Aaron, he's the best.
He's the best.
Right? Yeah. So we had Cody Nash on and we dove deep into his experience with what you guys, the endeavor that you guys went on. But I want to talk a little bit about like, so you guys had this contest. It was a $500 giveaway. And so you have really good music, absolute trash music, a bunch of stuff just crossing your table. You're weeding through it all. And after you guys have picked a winner, how did this continue to blossom and grow over time?
Yeah, I mean, I think personally, I was just blown away by the level of talent that showed up. I think a lot of those people, from back in the day, you're right. It was very lucky that we were able to kind of cut our teeth, learn the do's and the do nots early as far as songwriting, as far as production, so we could kind of carry those lessons on with us as we're continuing our music journey. A lot of people fell off that journey, but those that kept going, are now at a level where they're 20 years deep. And then so through that tournament, you're really showcasing 20 years of insane skill. And I would go up against somebody, and whether I won or lost, I was like, that's a good song. I'm going to download that. That's on my playlist now. And so that's just kind of the sentiment of, even though we were competitive, even though it was cutthroat, of like, I'm advancing to the next round, there was a mutual respect between everybody. And that's why we continued like, you were dope. Let's make a song.
Oh, I love that. I love that, man. Thanks for sharing that because I think, as far as an artist is concerned and having people around you and listening to their music and, artists are very self-critical for one, but then to have the support after you guys do go head to head really reminds me of like boxing in the gym, right? Sparring somebody and just like for anybody to put on headgear, stand there and throw and eat punches from another person. There's that mutual respect. And so you guys are really stepping in as hip hop artists boxing in a ring. And what is that? I mean, are you guys creating a song to go against the other one, or is it an actual like? Is it like an 8 Mile type thing?
So this tournament, since we've blossomed into White Collar Rhymes, we've done all sorts of different song tournaments and giveaways. This specific tournament that kind of started this journey was a single elimination song tournament. So I forget how many people threw their hat in the ring, but Cody Nash literally pulled names out of a hat at like midnight Pacific time. So people were staying up to 2, 3 in the morning their time to see who they'd get matched up against. And then you'd get 3 prompts. So he would provide 3 topics, and you could kind of interpret those topics however you wanted, but you had to make an original song in 1 week by that deadline, by the Sunday, based on the topics given that you were sharing with your competitor. And people that were involved in that tournament got to vote on whose song they liked the best.
Whoa. Okay. So that's so cool. So you actually have the community voting on which of the 2 songs based on those 3 topics that they liked more.
Exactly.
So cool. So cool. And did you battle rap before then? Like what was your life like before that?
So I think a lot of us from the internet forum days also had a history of battle rap. Myself, Cody Nash, if you really dig into the internet archives, hopefully it's buried forever, but there's probably exists on the internet some battles that we even did against each other. Yeah, I think that was just part of the internet culture then is, the head-to-head kind of competitive dissing as well. It's not something that I necessarily am passionate about anymore. I feel like if I'm going to sit down to write a song, I kind of want it to be for a purpose. And if you're like saying hyper specific things about this one person that no one else knows about, there's no real purpose to it in my mind.
Right. Yeah, I could see that. That totally makes sense. So do you get to like see your opponent and hear their music and get a little backstory on them or see their Facebook profile, or like how are you choosing things to devour them with?
Oh man, the internet research was brutal back in the day. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how far into it you got with Cody Nash, but people were like messaging his mom and like flirting with her and shit. Like people really went out of their way to make it their business to understand every aspect about somebody's real life via social media, via whatever aspect they could, pictures, old songs, and just ruin it. Just ruin their lives. Yeah.
That's insane. Well, gosh, man, I wish I don't know, is that stuff still on the Discord from back in the day?
So we haven't had, that's like, 2000, 2001, that's buried on internet 1.0.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's dead and gone. Probably for good.
Right.
Probably for good reason. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like my old SoundCloud, when I was beatboxing into the microphone built into my MacBook and like harmonizing with myself and just, there's no hooks on any songs. It's just a bunch of random they're all like 8 hooks in a row. Nothing was organized well. And yeah, so I know that all too well. So don't go look up my old SoundCloud, you guys. If, save me a little bit of face here. Oh man, that's great. And then Cody, so where are you living?
So I'm in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, you are? Okay,
me
cool.
and Nash aren't too far apart.
Nice. Yeah. So when I lived in Salem, Oregon, I don't know if you saw the interview with him and I, but we went to the Blacklight Lounge all the time. And Cody put it in such a cool way because he's like, man, when I listen to these comedians' podcasts, I listen about them going to these little clubs to get the reps in, to exercise. And when he said that, it was like a light bulb moment. Like, that's exactly what we were doing. I'd go up there with a little acoustic guitar and everybody be rapping and singing over the top of it. And we were just making hit after hit after hit after hit. So much fun. But awesome. Yeah, it was so great. It was so great, man.
I always wanted to rap over acoustic. I even bought an acoustic guitar in college and then quit after like 2 weeks because my fingies hurt. Yeah. But that was the dream, is to like rap over my own acoustic guitaring on open mics. And it sounds like you knew how to do both.
Yeah. That was my shtick. That was my thing. And it was so fun, man. It was so fun. And I think that that's the closest thing that I've ever had to really having an ample amount of artists or musicians around collaboratively in an ecosystem like that. And
Yeah.
when I look back, I find myself yearning for that again, because as we get older, people start doing their own thing. And that's just what life is. You have family, you have kids, you have all these things, and the schedule comes with that. And to be able to break away from that schedule and surround yourself by other musical people is really tough because everybody's got conflicting schedules. And I think that that's a perfect segue into what you guys accomplished. So crazy. The last mixtape, I cannot wait to hear about the inception, to hear about it. But yeah, let's break it down. Let's talk about the last mixtape and how that came to be.
Yeah. So, it's kind of exactly like you said. I understand that today in the world we live in, it's almost impossible as an adult to just focus on music exclusively, right? Whether it's your job, whether you have a wife, kids, whatever it is, it's really hard to just take that me time and be like, man, I'm gonna go hide in a dungeon for an hour and a half while I write my poems. It's like, well, your kid needs to get fed. We're having dinner.
Yeah.
Like writing music is such a solitary experience. And so it is rare to find that time and be able, and especially like after a full day of work, you're like exhausted. You're like, I don't want to put any mind thoughts into anything. Let me zone out on Netflix. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So initially the idea came to us because, as we progressed in the White Collar Rhymes journey, we started doing more music together. A bunch of us we had a whole catalog of songs at this point. And the only thing holding us back was distance. And everyone had different recording setups. Everyone had different sort of quality to their recording equipment. So we're like, what if we just met up in the same place and then we could record all with the same systems, the same microphones? And that was kind of how the idea started. And I realized that's kind of crazy.
It is
right?
really crazy.
For a
In
bunch,
the
like
best of ways.
for 9 internet strangers to be like, yeah, let's just see what happens. I've never met any of you before, but let's live together for a week with the pressure of having to make an album. So I was like, I'm all in, but I have to document this. We have to have a camera crew following us around. And 2, it has to be a ballin' ass mansion. Those are my 2 requirements.
Dude, and you guys nailed it. I want to give you one of these because there's so many amazing things to break down in what you just said. Like having X amount of adults come together, not only just come together like they're old friends, but they've never met before. So what is your thought process? Like, how did you conjure everybody to make this decision and make this happen?
Well, it's kind of funny because I then had to move into logistics planning, right? I had to coordinate the calendars of 9 adults, which again, impossible. And then we had to find a space that was going to be big enough for everybody, right? Because not only did we have 9, MCs, but we also had 6 crew who, they need to eat, they need a place to sleep, they need to be sheltered. So logistics planning was a little difficult. We ended up, ironically enough, finding the one week that it would work for one of our core members, DJ B.
Shout out DJ B.
Shout out DJ B. He is in a school system. He works, as a school person. So he had spring break off, and that was kind of the one time that he could come join us. Mm-hmm. So I found a mansion off of Airbnb that could accommodate this weekend for this many people. And then he ended up not being able to make it anyways. So we booked it at that time, and the rest is history. But shout out season 2. We're hoping to have him back for season 2.
Nice shout out. Love it. So So you have this idea, then all the logistics of putting everything together. Now, everybody's flying into, because it was in Texas, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So everybody's flying into Texas. You have this mansion set up.
Yep.
When you're coordinating okay, so you have all these different artists. They're all hip hop, correct?
Pretty much all hip hop. Yeah, I think there's a couple people who, we have a couple singers as well, but a lot of their talents blend into the hip hop. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, when you're coordinating something like that, are you thinking about the nuance of, okay, we have X amount of time to create an album? Are you thinking about we need an engineer, we need a producer, we need hip hop with a little bit of melodic back tone, we need a singer? Like, take me through the process of you like grabbing all these people and putting them in a pot.
So here's how deep or not deep that thought process went. I did know that we'd need probably a audio engineer. So I actually hit up my boy who does all of my recording for all of my music, my old albums, my new albums. He engineers it all. Masterful guy. His name's DJ Zone. Great audio engineer, as well as insane world-renowned DJ who is like on tour with Macklemore and Aesop Rock. So the guy knows his stuff.
Yeah.
So I made sure he was joining us just for the recording aspect of it. And then we also have members in the core group, Jacob and Paradise, who can engineer as well. So even though they kind of were kind of there to do music, they could also be engineering as well. And they have a bunch of the tracks on the mixtape that were their mixes, and then Zone had his mixes as well.
Nice. I love that. So you have, that's like your basis, right? Like you have to have some people that are familiar with a few different lanes to be able to make this whole thing to come together. Now, when it came down to the artist, was it like whoever can make it, let's run it?
So for that aspect of it, I knew we wanted to have a dope group. And luckily, the core members of WCR, each one of them is so talented. And what makes it really interesting, which is also why I knew that this had to be documented, was they each come from such different backgrounds. So you talk about each individual's style, each person's artistic merits, everything that they would bring to a project. It was like Voltron, you have all these people just assembling that form different pieces of a whole. And there was not one person that I was like, you're coming because you're this. It was, you're coming because you're everything, and your background and your diverse experiences are going to just make it that much more interesting.
Oof, I love that, man. That is so rad. Gosh. And when I had that conversation with Cody Nash, it feels like it was such a life-altering event for everybody that was involved. In the fact that you guys only knew each other via the internet, and now you have all these personalities from all these different walks of life coming together under one roof to focus on music. Now, can you walk me through, like, were there tensions? Were there fist fights? Like what? I mean, I can only imagine with that many people under one roof, what was going down?
It's funny. There's a scene in the documentary available everywhere now.
Yeah, go get it.
Get it. There's a scene in the documentary where one of the guys, I think Nestle, has this funny interview moment where he's like, none of us have ever met before, so I don't know if we're going to do music or beat each other the fuck up. And it's like, you have no idea until you're there. I kind of had an understanding of everyone's personalities going into this. So we all got along on the internet, and everyone's so cool. Like, from my perspective, I was like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Of course, there was like creative disagreements, and you'll see some of that in the documentary. There was definitely some setbacks and some challenges related to, some Some folks missed their family back home, might have left the experience early. Others, we got into creative disagreements in terms of like old episodes of the podcast that we did. And like, should we keep them? Should we not? Ironically, the big thing of like what songs actually make the project that accompanies the documentary, that was probably the easiest part because we just kept a unanimous voting system where everyone you had to unanimously say this belongs on the project, and there was 18 of those. Everything else went on a separate project.
Wow, incredible. Amazing, man. Yeah, to be involved in something like that, man, it just is it's a dream. It's really a dream. And to think that, you guys had already built this community. Like there's so many layers to the story building up to the actual documentary. Is so interesting to me that there was so much collaboration prior. You guys had built this bond and friendship online to finally all come together and then document the whole thing for the world to see. And I think it's just so stinking inspiring. And what after I had watched that, I'm like, I need more musical friends for one. But if if I had more musical friends, I would want to do the same thing. Because I mean, as they mentioned, you guys did it big. You guys did it real big, and you don't need to go to that scale to have those experiences with loved ones and the people that you want to work with and collaborate with. And gosh, yeah. So right now, if anybody hasn't seen the documentary, go to Amazon Prime or go ahead, tell us where it's at.
So we signed a distribution deal with Freestyle Digital Media. So that got us on Amazon Prime, YouTube Movies, Google Play, Apple TV, really anywhere that you can rent or order movies, it's there. And also or you could purchase a DVD through Amazon. So mine's in the mail. It comes tomorrow.
Nice. So definitely go check out the last mixtape. Now I have to ask too, like, is there a moment that you guys had all shared where maybe there wasn't cameras that you wish they caught?
Dude, so many, so many. So I want to touch on what you said about being inspired. That actually means a lot to me, and it's great to hear you say that. That was kind of the point of the documentary, right? Like I wanted to show that, sure, we did it big and we kind of made a big thing of it, but like anyone can do this, right? Anyone can say, screw it, I'm just going to take a week for myself and my friends. We're going to get a cabin. We're going to get a cheap recording setup and let's just do a thing, right? That's the difference, is like wanting to do a thing or doing a thing. Just do the thing, And I think that what's really unique and special to me is like I've seen in the Discord, there's actually a group of guys who are planning a thing, a meetup from the Discord in December, separate from us. They're like, I saw this, I love this, let's do it again.
I love that. Bro, that ripple effect is crazy. And I just have to tip my hat to you, because to be somebody to coordinate something like that and to get all these people on board and then to have a product that is there to inspire others to do the same. Come on. That's it, bro. That's God's work. That is really incredible. And especially in this day and age when more and more is online. But I think that the beauty of this whole thing too is showing the flip side of that coin. You guys really created a family online, and then you really got that family together to be just that and to make incredible music. I mean, come on. It's crazy. Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, man.
I want to touch on a couple of the comments in the chat before I answer your question, not to get too distracted.
No.
There's definitely a moment I got to share with you that wasn't caught on film.
Yeah.
But Chew Poppy asks, do I know Pat Stay? That's one of my favorite battle rappers. I love Pat Stay. So if you've seen the documentary, you saw Ness Lee joined us. Famous battle rapper in his own right. Millions of views on YouTube. Just really cool, chill guy. Seriously, feel honored that I feel like I can call them my friends now after this excursion. But Nestle was one of my favorites, and Pat Stay was one of my favorites. The compliment battle that he did with Roan, like legendary. So
Yeah, so great.
R.I.P. Pat Stay for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. RIP, shout out to Pat Stay. And thank you, Chupapi, for that amazing question. We appreciate you. And yeah, we'll dive in. Well, let's give some love to the people right now. We got Rich out there, legend. That's our
Legend.
guy. Welcome in, Rich. Thank you for being here. Chupapi, thank you for the incredible question. And as we're watching, if you guys don't know, this is a live show. So leave us some comments, leave us some feedback, leave us some questions, and we will get to you when we can. And we really appreciate everybody that's being here tonight. Tracy Ward, so exciting to watch D-Bird, so cool. More your lights both a little out, they are in your glasses. Oh, she's talking about that's my mama.
Oh.
So she's real critical. She's like,
I
hey,
I literally saw that comment. I was like, is it my eyes? Like, because I have glasses too sometimes.
yeah.
Contacts.
Mama, I'm blind. All right. I got this TV so close to me right now, so I can read these comments, and I still need them. Thanks for the comment, Mama. Love it. And she also says your music rocked, and I think she's talking about the old stuff. Hell yeah, I love it. Rich says, sorry, hello, and welcome, D-Bird.
Thanks for the welcome, Rich.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, this is a good one. Tracy Ward, mom unit in the house. She says, did he have to pay cinema photographers or are they all giving their time for this project? Great question.
So the crew that we had out here, just to give better context, I went to college with a guy named Hardy who ended up becoming a producer in LA, film producer. But his focus was more on like shorts and comedy skits. He didn't really have any experience in like reality TV or anything like that. But when I got the idea of let's make this a thing, let's make this a documentary, he was the first person I reached out to. And he actually had some connections through the film industry. Ori, she came on as a producer, and he knew her from was it The Lost Jungle with Sandra Bullock and spacing on the other hunk's name.
Yeah, that's all good.
Either way,
yeah,
yeah, he knew her, and then he knew a couple other folks from just his life as a producer. And so I did pay the crew for coming out and filming, but honestly, they went above and beyond, kind of hanging out with us, spending long hours documenting late party nights and just kind of being a part of the family and the experience. So I would say that they, at the end of this, also became friends for all of us as well. And while they were, paid, I would say that, they offered up a lot more than probably what they had to. So big shout out to the crew.
Huge shout out to the crew. And they did not disappoint. I come from a production background myself. I owned a production company prior to what I'm doing now in life. And I was watching that and was just so visually satisfied with all the lighting, with the sound, with the storytelling. I mean, it was so good through and through. And I got to tip my hat to them too. They did such an incredible job, and you can tell that a lot of love and effort was put into it. It wasn't something that they just tossed together. It really was a labor of love, and it shows. It absolutely shows. Thank you for that. Go ahead.
One of the cool comments one of the crew said to me at the end of it when it was all done filming, he was like, we were like behind the screen following you guys around, and we fell in love with all the characters in front of us. And if, it's received the same way it's coming through to us, like this is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And so that was like really insightful and kind of like a whoa moment for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And it absolutely conveys that. I mean, they did such a good job at painting the pictures of these characters and building that the character development in such a short period of time. It's incredible to me to fall in love with all these different people in a home. And I'm looking in the future now. And like you said, a chapter 2 or episode 2 is on the horizon. And I'm just like a giddy kid, like, what's next? What kind of music are they going to put together? Like, what's this collaboration going to look like? And being that there was a couple of staples that were missing in that cohesive environment, and that I don't know. I'm just giddy, man. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Season 2 is going to be much bigger. We're going to have some of the crew, hopefully, that weren't able to come last time, like Loose Logic, Gonzilla, DJ B, MCD. A lot of folks, again, life kind of gets in the way, right? It's not that it gets in the way. That's probably a bad thing to say. A couple people had kids during that time. It's like, well, that's more important than making music with your internet friends. Right. I totally get it. But I'm hoping to have, everyone out for the next one. And it's going to be big. I've got some really interesting ideas for next time. Bigger house and some fun little twists and turns.
Great. I love that. Tracy Ward, thank you so much, Mama, for the comment and question there. And she produced a theater play. I don't know if you're familiar with the old movie Metropolis.
Oh yeah, I had to watch that in school. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So she took that movie and turned it into a theater play. And so she got inspired and bought the copyright for Metropolis. Wow. It was like the second that she got inspired, she looked it up and the copyright was up in like 2 days. It was available to purchase. And she's like,
mine.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
See, that's another great example of like inspiration strikes and you just got to do the thing. How many people would have been like, oh, I have this idea and I see the copyrights coming up. It's too much work. I know. Absolutely. And she struck while the iron was hot and made it happen. So she's getting some wisdom from you, just listening, because she now has something to put out into the world. She has the whole thing filmed and it's a package now. So, and I guess that brings me to my next question. Maybe this just pertains to her specifically. So this is for you, Mama, a little ear candy. After you had the producers come in and film this whole thing, how did you go about pitching it? Was it through their network or how did you get it out there? So I actually hired a PR firm. They worked with us for 6 months. I don't want to get it wrong.
It's okay.
EKC PR, Eileen Coach. We hired a PR firm. They worked with us for 6 months. They got a couple different interviews and some magazine publications, and ultimately got us to the point where we were picked up by distribution. So they were essential in getting us connected to the distribution network, which then, it wouldn't be available on video demand if we weren't connected there.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for that. And that's for you, Mama. And ladies and gentlemen, a legend is in the house right now, Sir Cody Nash.
Oh, Mr. Legend.
Double salute.
Double salute.
Welcome to the show, brother. And Hannah Kovac, welcome in. We love you. Hope you're doing good. Welcome to the show. Chupapi says, that's awesome. Slain in the worst way, but justice was served. Keep it up, D-Bird. Very nice. We missed that when the timing was right, but we appreciate the comment. Cody Nash says, couple of legends. Yeehaw. We appreciate you, Cody. And so, I'm really looking forward to, you want to call it season 2, yeah?
That's just kind of what we've been throwing around. Cool. Season 2 just kind of feels right.
Yeah.
Although, it was like a single serving documentary. Wasn't really a season per se, but we'll call it season 2.
I love it. I love it, man. And I will be here to help you guys any which way that I can. What I would love to do with the show is have each of your individual stories of the entire thing. And then at the end, have something collaborative where all you guys get back on and we talk about the experience together, listen to some of the tracks of the last mixtape, but have We had a couple of Cody Nash's songs we played with him. We've got a couple of your tracks we're going to play with you. And then anybody else that's in your ecosystem that would like to sit down and chat about it, like, we're here. So I would love to make that happen.
Really appreciate you having us on. And yeah, that sounds like a really cool idea.
Yeah. Okay, let's see, man. And for anybody that doesn't know, that's just joining us, this is D Bird. He is an incredible artist, and he now has a documentary on Amazon or on all streaming platforms where you can rent and buy, or you can get the physical DVD, called The Last Mixtape, where he had a bunch of artists come together and stay in a home and be filmed. Hold on, I did a terrible job at explaining. This
You're doing great. No, this is it.
So they all met online and built out this community and these relationships, and all flew to one location in this beautiful Airbnb where they recorded music, and they made an incredible album in a matter of 9 days, right?
Yep. 9 days.
Yeah. So really incredible. But I think that that's a beautiful segue into your music career. And I want to jump into some of these songs. So you sent me some music that we're going to check out here live on the show. And I'm sure that everybody's as excited as I am to take a listen. And I think the first of the songs that we should check out here should be Little Caesar's Pizza album, or anthem, sorry. Run me through the thought process behind this.
So I'll tell you exactly. This song is actually a product of an argument I was having with my co-host on our podcast, Paradise. For some reason, he doesn't think Little Caesars is the best pizza in the world. Can you imagine? Can you believe that?
Going toe to toe about it.
Yeah, I was like, you're obviously wrong. Little Caesars is the best pizza in the world.
Yeah.
So we argued about it for another half hour. We, then it became a recurring theme where he would diss Little Caesars. And I decided to stick up for him. I was like, a lot of people don't know the merits of Little Caesars. And I think I needed to get the word out there. So shout out Little Caesars.
Yeah, shout out Little Caesars. Oh, I love that. I love that. Nice, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to check out D Bird's song here. Let me see if I can pull that up. Oh, you know what I'm going to have to do? And I've ran into this before. I'm going to have to pull it up on my phone so I can run a visualizer. So they're not just staring at us the whole time, just kind of like...
I do have a music video.
Oh, do you really? Dude,
yeah.
Let's run that.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah, music video is way better.
Yeah, let's run that.
I wasn't sure if you were able to.
Oh, yeah.
Stream it.
Yeah,
I should have
share
asked.
that up.
All right.
That'll be perfect. Cool. Let's see.
Let me send it to you on Facebook.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Doing it live.
Yeah. And that's what's fun about this. God, I keep bumping that. That's what's that's what's fun about this, man, is the live stream. Like, people get to watch me be a human being, and you know it's okay to not always perfectly articulate your sentences and not always say things poignantly. And, I'm learning as we go. So let's go. Okay, cool. I got it. Nice. Very
was
cool.
Nikki on the show last?
What's that?
Was Nikki on the show when you did it with Cody Nash?
No.
Well, I just did a quick pivot because I think it actually makes a little bit more sense. I sent you a second music video, and this was actually shot on location during the filming of the last mixtape with Nikki Joe.
Nice. Yeah.
So that might actually be a good segue. Or yeah.
Yeah, let's run that. I like it. Cool. So let me go ahead and share the screen here. Let's see. D Bird, Nikki Joe. Bada bang, bada boom. Very nice. Okay. Now. And ladies and gentlemen, you guys got to let me know if you can hear it. This is new software, so we're going to make sure that you can hear the music just fine here. And without further ado, this is D Bird and Nikki Joe called Fault Line. Let's get into it.
Thanks a lot.
Lost time sitting on a fault line, waiting on an earthquake to shake me from the dark side. Went and got my sugar from a salt mine, looking death in the eye. This is the time of our lives. Lost time sitting on a fault line, waiting on an earthquake to shake me from the dark side. Went and got my sugar from a salt mine, looking death in the eye. This is the time of our lives.
Took a chance on love, took a leap of faith. Didn't think this dust would settle this way. Thought I could see the path I paved. Didn't know where it would go until it was too late. Guess it's time to face the woman in the mirror. Open up my eyes and see my truth clearer. Sorry I had to flee after building this life. In the end, I choose me. I can't apologize.
Lost time sitting on a fault line, waiting on an earthquake to shake me from the dark side. Went and got my sugar from a salt mine, looking death in the eye. This is the time of our lives. Lost time sitting on a fault line, waiting on an earthquake to shake me from the dark side. Went and got my sugar from a salt mine, looking death in the eye. This is the time of our lives. They like to tell me that it's a vibe. Are you alive or you just survive? Ran out of time, you can't run and hide. Petrified by the spotlight, put up what's inside. Ugly, darkness, cut me, heartless. Thought we could never get far, cause right at the start it's too much to part with. Make me a target for all of your hate. Wanna be great but I'm following face. On me walking away, I can fall on my face, but the promise awaits if I caught what I chase. Got what it takes, process the pain and then toss it away. Okay to be lost, but why would I stay? When the sun sets, we should call it a day. Hey. Lost time sitting on a fault line, waiting on an earthquake to shake me from the dark side. Went and got my sugar from a salt mine, looking death in the eye. This is the time of our lives. Lost time sitting on a fault line, waiting on an earthquake to shake me from the dark side. Went and got my sugar from a salt mine, looking death in the eye. This is the time of our lives. Lost time sitting on a fault line, waiting on an earthquake to shake me from the dark side. Went and got my sugar from a salt mine, looking death in the eye. This is the time of our lives.
Come on. The one and only Cody Nash is playing next. Okay. Sorry, that was just in my headphones, but Surfer Jack came up. That was cool. Dude, the production, all the little nuances, her vocals in the background, the reverbs, the delays. Come on. So good, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, is singing new for you? I mean, you killed that. Like,
Thank you. I'm not, I wasn't a huge singer, but I think through the involvement of being introduced to different styles, different ideas of the white collar rhymes community, I kind of branched out into it over time. And this was just kind of the product of getting a little bit more comfortable and experimenting.
bro, don't stop. I feel the same way about Cody Nash too. Like, he's got such a cool natural voice, and your voice naturally is so dope. Like that tool that you guys have is so good. Just keep sharpening, keep sharpening. I mean, obviously you're 20 some odd years in and it shows, like actual assassins. So good, bro. Yeah. And it looks like the people feel the same. We've got Lars Ward says, can't wait to hear the music. He says 5x5. Tracy Ward says sounds perfect. Good. Thank you guys for that feedback. Tracy Ward says she's digging the visuals. Yeehaw. That was dope. Rich says, AJ, thank you for introducing me to your style and friends in hip hop and some awesome music. My guy, come on. That means so much. And thank you so much for always showing up, Rich. Like, I can't thank you enough, you know. We sent Rich I got to show off this shirt real quick. This is literally hot off the press. This shirt right here from Penny and Benny LLC. Check this thing out. Hold on. Can we get it to focus?
Oh, yeah, looks good.
But yeah, shout out to Penny and Benny. If you guys need a merch guy, he's the guy. He's the guy. If you need help with logos, he's the guy. You need help with branding, he's the guy. You know, I mean, there's so many different ways that you can get merchandise through, you know, what is it? I don't know what it is, but all these on-demand print shops. But support local. Support your guy over there at Penny and Benny LLC. He's hand pressing shirts. He's bouncing ideas off of his customers and clients until they find something they agree upon. And yeah, so support local, support your boy. And Rich got one of these shirts. He sent me a picture with him. Oh, that's so sick. Appreciate you, brother. Kelsey Haas says, so cool to see this song come together in the video filmed in the dock. She says, beautiful song.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Love that. Rich says, song is fire. Hannah Kovat says, AJ, didn't you do music out here in Oregon a few years back? Yes, lots and lots of music. Yeah, you know, I was on one of Cody Nash's old albums back when he was That Kid Cry. And yeah, so I've been doing music for a super, super long time. But I do want to dive into one more song. Let's get one more going here, D-Bird. What do you want to show to the people?
Let's do the Little Caesars music video.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be right if I didn't showcase all the health benefits of Little Caesars. Hope you guys enjoy.
Nice. I love it. Okay, so let me go ahead and share this up real quick. Thank you again to everybody that's joining us. And without further ado, this is D-Bird's Little Caesars Pizza album. Let's get into it.
Oh, no.
All right.
My little dog movie star. It's Buddy.
Hello?
Hey, man. Pizza for you.
I didn't order a pizza. Get the right house?
This is your pizza.
I mean, I didn't order the pizza. I don't want you to get in trouble. I mean, is this...
I guarantee you this pizza is for you. Enjoy.
People, I don't feel the need to front, cause Little Caesars is the only pizza that I want. Ever tasted lightning in a bottle from a rainbow? I had a cat that you really love. It's the feeling you get with this pizza. I quit eating anything else because it's enough. I would cover myself in Buffalo Ranch and run into traffic if that's what it took to have a pepperoni hot and ready. If anybody said they're deadly allergic to veggies, there's so many benefits from the pizza diet I'm suggesting. 1, clairvoyance. 2, telekinesis. 3, pretty people to comment on your facial features. 3, grad school with a completed master thesis. 1 piece boost immunity so you'll never catch diseases. I can't resist, and once it's in front of me, gonna be gone like your dad with the summer breeze. So suck on these greasy little fingertips. If you blink, you'll miss, going down like a sinking ship. Eat it up. Eat it up. Fuck them other people, I don't feel the need to front, cause Little Caesars is the only pizza that I want. Eat it up. Eat it up. Fuck them other people, I don't feel the need to front, cause Little Caesars is the only pizza that I want. It was the first to hook up with Madonna, first pizza to model. for Dolce & Gabbana. Used to be gourmet, ain't stuck with the genre, but get crazy bread, that's my personal mantra. Watch him cut up the pie with katanas while a disapproving sensei slowly paces in the back. Damn it, I would pay for 2 Ninja Turtles' favorite food. Your place is like a sewer with a basement full of rats. It's a fact, Papa John's just made different. Great if you hate women and love racism. Straight spitting, the competition has gotta go. If you weren't meant to fall, why you call it dominoes? Lord knows how gross is DiGiorno. Tastes like a hotel bed where they shot a porno. Don't say I'm right, feel it deep in your gut, cause I'm just a nobody that out piece of the hut. Eat it up, eat it up. Fucked up other people, I don't feel the need to front, cause Little Caesars is the only pizza that I want. Eat it up, eat it up. Fucked up other people, I don't feel the need to front, cause Little Caesars is the only pizza that I want.
Legendary. Bro,
But you didn't know all those pizza facts, did you?
right? That is just gonna be on repeat, man. So good. Hold on, let me pause this real quick. God dang, that was so good. And how long ago was that? Let's see.
I think the video released like 6 to 8 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
the guy that edited the documentary, legend in his own right. Guy's name's John Meyer. He actually does music here in Portland and in LA. And he directed, came up with the concept, did all the things for that video. And my boy Josh Edward acted in it. So huge shout out to them.
Huge shout out. God dang, that was so good. So good. Bro, what's next for you, man?
Man, so much. I've got a new album I'm going to be releasing. So Little Caesars Anthem will be on it. That's going to be one of the lead singles. So that'll be releasing soon. We're just waiting on a couple clearances. So fully functioning adult rapper coming soon.
I love it.
And then, man, I'm just focused on season 2 of the last mixtape. I want to get this together. I want to do it again. I want to get my crew back out there and making music, man.
Bro, I love it, man. Dude, gosh, thank you. Thank you for gracing us with the wisdom that you graced us with, sharing the stories, the music. I mean, and I love that the underlying tone of everything that you did for that documentary was to inspire. And the fact that that hit you the way it did, and I felt the inspiration without knowing that that was what you were going for, that says a lot about you and your character and the fact that you want to run it back and do it bigger and better. Like, I'm just stoked, man. I'm here as a fan. I'm honored, and I cannot wait for your album to come out. I cannot wait for season 2, and I can't wait for our people here in the community to go check out the documentary, The Last Mixtape. Come on.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been so fun. And yeah, I mean, I'm out there on the socials. D-Bird is dope on pretty much every platform, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want. I'm an open book. Feel free to message me questions if we didn't get to them, or, tell me that you hated the documentary or you loved it.
Love it. Just some
More
honest
love
feedback. Right? Yeah. Well, man, again, I really appreciate you being here, and you are a part of the People Helping People ecosystem. So if you ever need anything from me, if you'd like to help, if you want to promote, or if you want whatever, you want to sit down and have a conversation about something, I'm here for you. If you have people that you think would be good fits for People Helping People, I'm here for them. So yeah, welcome to the family, and thank you so much for being on the show. But before I let you go, is there anything else that you'd like to leave with the people?
I would just say that if there's any independent musicians, artists of any kind, doesn't even have to be hip hop, we do have an active, thriving community. If you go to www.discord/GG, as in goose, GG, White Collar Rhymes. Join, see what all the activity's about. You know, none of this would be possible if we didn't have this community full of talented musicians, tons of, you know, years in the game. So if you're a hobbyist or yourself, AJ, if you want to come through, get back involved in music, man, we'd love to have you. So
Bro, I would love that.
so much for involving me in this, and likewise, the invitation extends to our community and anything we can do for you.
Beautiful, man. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend himself, D-Bird. Thanks so much, brother. We'll see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
God dang. I'm inspired. I don't know about you guys. I'm fired up. That song was crazy. Both those songs were crazy. And the fact that he is out here inspiring people to get together. He is on the forefront of unity and collaboration. And gosh, man, I don't know. I took a lot from this. And I feel like this show, selfishly, I get to sit with some incredible people, you know, and I feel like I took a lot from this conversation. And I hope that you guys did too. And I want to thank everybody for being a part of the People Helping People community. I want to shout out again Penny and Benny for our merch. Check this thing out, man. You just changed the colors on this patch right here. It looks so good. But if you need merchandise, pennyandbenny.com, or you can hit them up on Instagram at Penny and Benny LLC. But, you know, as we continue to grow, move forward, I just want to bring you guys the most amount of value that I possibly can. Let's sit here and let's be people helping people. Let's take chances. Let's fail live. Let's show people that everybody's human. Everybody takes moments to themselves to not be okay, and that's okay. It's okay to not be okay from time to time, but, you know, collaborate and go out there and do the thing, as Deeper would say. You know, just go do the thing. If you got a wild hair about something you're passionate about, God dang it, go do the thing. So good. Well, I want to thank D-Bird again for coming onto the show. And, you know, I'm sitting here again. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for everybody that was here. I'm grateful for everybody that's being a part of the community and showing up. And man, this is just the beginning. Chapter 2 is the beginning of something special. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again. We love you. Deuces. Yeah. What's everybody fighting for? Why can't people help people? That's the question.